A lot of people have wanted an M&P that fits in between the full duty sized and the 9C double stack subcompact size. And I think maybe this new 2.0 compact might just be the one. There it is in the middle, and you can see kind of fits nicely right in between the two. M&P 2.0 compact, just like the sign said, and I'm starting with the box view because this is a brand new offering from Smith & Wesson. There has never been a M&P in this configuration before, and what better time than for the 2.0 to introduce it. So here it is, the M&P 2.0 compact 9mm. This is a 15 round M&P as opposed to the 17 round standard duty size, and of course that shortens the height. That's a very important dimension for those who carry concealed. Also a little bit shorter in this respect, and of course, as everyone has already tried to point out, it is basically the Glock 19 of the M&P world, something that they really have never offered. So let's take a quick look at what they're providing us. There's a great little bonus included with this gun. So first of all, you get 3 back straps. Already installed on the pistol is the medium backstrap and palm swell. Fits my hand just fine, and those are the numbers I'm going to use in terms of the grip index and trigger reach and things like that. So you got medium large, large, and small. The medium is already on the pistol. Both the large and the medium large have a little bit of extra beaver tail out there. But what I think is a stroke of marketing genius is the inclusion of 2 of these grip sleeves for magazines. 15 round magazine, of course, is shorter than the 17, but most people that are going to buy this gun probably already have the 17 round full-sized M&P. Doesn't even have to be the 2.0, it can be the original M&P. The 17 round magazine is still the same, and if you take this grip sleeve and slide it on there the other way, again, 2 of these are provided with the pistol. Slide it on your 17 round magazine, and now you have a full-size grip with a full-size magazine. So kudos, huge kudos to Smith & Wesson for providing us 2 of these grip sleeves. So 2 magazines, 2 grip sleeves for your longer magazines, and 3 alternate back straps are what you get with the gun. Pretty nice. Okay, a couple of quick comparisons that I know you probably will want to see. First of all, let's compare the new compact to the full-sized M&P 2.0. There is some difference in length, although it's not as much as you might think. So if we get them lined up together here in the back, and pretty much there you go. That's it. There's not a whole lot of difference in length, so you're giving up maybe a 1/4 of an inch or so in barrel and overall length. Where you're really benefiting is the height. So the difference in the height is really the key with the 15 rounds versus the 17 rounds. All the other dimensions are exactly the same. The thickness and the just an opinion grip index is exactly the same at 2.717. So jot that down. That number might mean something to you down the road. 2.717 is the just an opinion grip index. That is a factor of the trigger reach and the grip thickness. Okay, another comparison that you're probably interested in is comparing it to the Glock 19. So here we go. Here is the Glock 19. Let me zoom out just a bit. So we get these guys lined up at the back, and you can see they have a little bit different shapes and contours, but ooh, just about exactly identical. Now, one thing you do get is a little bit more sight radius with the Smith & Wesson. This Glock is wearing aftermarket sights, but even so, you can tell where the stock sight would go. You still get a little bit more sight radius, at least 1/4 of an inch more. And these two pistols are exactly the same height. I know, again, that's hard to see at that angle, so let's do it this way. The Glock is a little thicker, and the trigger reaches a little more. So, the Just an Opinion grip index on the Glock 19 is 3.294. That's 3.294 versus 2.717. So folks with smaller hands are definitely going to appreciate the M&P a little bit more. But that number is exactly the same as it is for the full size. So no change there. Everything else about the 2.0 is the same. Nothing's different. We still have our steel reinforcement in the forward part of the frame in the dust cover area. We still have the same amount of Picatinny rail. We still have our almost useless but aesthetically interesting little serrations in the slide. And we still have our witness hole, which means you don't really need to do press checks in the first place. So why do we have those? And we still have the same really nice sights. And we have the improved trigger. Okay, so all of that in a 15 round rather than a 17 round package. And it may not seem like a big deal, but for many people, this is the difference between being able to carry this gun as a concealed everyday carry and not being able to. I know a lot of people that have waited a long time for an M&P in exactly this configuration. So let's get it out, put 100 rounds through it. Okay, finally, here I am at the range with the new Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 9mm compact. So this is the 15 round version. There aren't too many of these out in the wild yet, but they are shipping. Otherwise I wouldn't have mine. I'm going to start at 7 yards. Nice little girly range. Just take the very first shots in the first 100 with this new gun. Did you hear that? You hear that reset? When was the last time you heard a reset on an M&P? 2.0 is definitely an improved trigger. This thing really feels like the full-size gun. And why wouldn't it? You still have full-size grip area, almost the same length slide. Same great sight picture, same fantastic grip texture that I like a lot. The 15 round magazines. Still at 7 yards. I'm going to do one more mag at 7, then I think I'll move back to 10. Because with this gun, this doesn't look very challenging, does it? Nice. Very nice. Wow. This thing just, you know, what can I say? It should be kind of obvious and evident, but it shoots just as nicely as its big sister. I'm going to move back to 10 yards. All right, well, I think I demonstrated that at the traditional self-defense round of 7 yards, it's a shooter. Move back to 10 yards now. Let's see how it does at 10. And I'm using a full-size 17-round magazine with the grip sleeve, one of the 2 grip sleeves provided by Smith & Wesson. I just want to say again how cool that is, because nobody does that. Smith & Wesson, you rock. Wow, this gun is just such a nice shooter. I'm going to have to shoot my my full-size 2.0 again just to see if this one's maybe not better. For some reason it feels like they haven't stopped improving the trigger and it's even better in this one. Don't know. Maybe it's just me. The ergonomics of the M&P, especially the 2.0, are truly fantastic. I'm shooting a combination, by the way, of Remington UMC, an Armscore 9mm, because it's a 9mm gun, full metal jacket, 115 grain, sight picture is really nice. I've forgotten how much I appreciate it. Okay, wow. So if you're keeping track, we're 60 rounds into the first 100. Okay, for you Common Core people, what percentage is that? Nah, we're not going to wait. Okay, let's challenge, well, maybe not challenge the gun, challenge me a little more. I have moved back to 15 yards. Now at this distance, this front sight will completely obstruct the target, the orange dot. So I'm going to probably try and use a 6 o'clock hold where I can put that orange dot right on top of my front sight post. Anyway, 15 yards, and I've added some Sig Sauer ammo into the mix. Okie dokie. I can't really tell, but it looks like those are all good hits. Somebody recently commented on one of my videos what a jerk I was because I had developed a bad habit of raising the gun way up here to drop the magazine. Right. Like, I don't know the difference. All right, just a quick look at the sight picture, and just to sort of show you from 15 yards, that front dot and front sight post pretty much obscures the orange dot on the target almost exactly. So that's why I used a 6 o'clock hold just below it. But there's our sight picture. It is a nice sight picture. These are not night sights, they're just 3-dot combat sights. Great serrations on the rear sight. And a good sight picture. Okay, so that was the first 100, actually closer to the first 200, I think maybe even over the first 200, with the new M&P 2.0 compact 9mm, 15 round. You know, I try not to do, if you watch my channel, you know that, I try not to do the clickbait type stuff and the sensational titles and all that kind of stuff for videos, but to add to the 1,000 videos plus that are already out there saying that this gun and that gun and the other gun might be a Glock killer, I think this gun truly could be the Glock 19 killer. It is basically everything a Glock 19 is and a whole lot more. That's my opinion so far after a couple hundred rounds. Thanks for watching. We'll see this one again.